Apparently, Troika's finally decided to do something besides just pretty boy idol shows. Yes, we have Shinobi no Itoki, a series that is airing in the fall 2022 anime season, full of hot assassin chicks, modern time clashing ninja clans, and yes, failed truck coons. But this is my thoughts on the first episode of Shinobi no Itoki, a 12-episode series. Again, it's an original series done by Troika, so let's jump right into it. Shinobi no Itoki, or Itoki the Ninja, which pretty much spoils the fact that what's going to happen in the first episode, that's perfectly fine. Opens up with a guy named Ittoki who is currently going to middle school, the third Iga middle school, and established really quickly that despite his friends are teasing him, Ittoki has a pretty tough life in the idea that all of his schedule is filled to the brim with all these cram schools, gymnastics, everything. He can't even enjoy his childhood. Even though his friends keep trying to pull him in that direction, it seems like there's somebody always keeping a watchful eye from the distance. Kosetsu. In one of the earlier segments, we have this whole moment where he's trying to get to his cram school really quickly, so he's jumping and doing crazy gymnastics to get through this little shortcut, and eventually he almost gets hit by, yes, Truck-kun. Truck-kun comes barreling towards him. Apparently, both their front tires lost all the rubber, and they just went barreling towards Itoki. Totally not a setup. It's totally not somebody trying to take him out. But he does some crazy flip to get away from it. And then we gotta jump forward to the following day, where he receives a love letter, which he's super excited about. Ah, youth. This love letter is from a Satomi Tsubaki who, after confronting him, says that she really, really likes him, that everybody comes together because of him. They had the whole sports festival and he brought everybody together. He's super cool. She's seen that he did this crazy flip over this truck. She's just enamored by him. And so she asks him out on a date, which he agrees. And he's super happy, and he goes home, and his mom's like, "Oh, you must have got a girlfriend. What do you know about her? Is she in your class?" And he's like, "No, I know nothing about her. It's just the first person to confess to me, so I'm kind of excited." Immediately, his mother gets upset. Says, "No, I disallow it. If you know nothing about her, you should not have anything to do with her." Which he, of course, gets upset and decides to go to the date anyways. Well, on this date, this Satomi quickly says, "Can we go to my place?" And he's like, whoa, this is crazy. Sure, let's do this. And he goes to her place. He's super nervous about it, sitting in her room. And yes, she quickly just starts taking off her clothes and says that she really wants to do it. He's like, wait, like typical main character protagonist, he immediately goes, whoa, they can't do that. This is too fast. And then, yes, he believes that it's some sort of prank. So he decides to look under the bed as a joke, like, oh yeah, it's gotta be a prank. Where's the camera hiding? And then sure enough, there is a ninja underneath the bed, and he quickly gets attacked. Well, thankfully for him, it seems like there's this huge group of people that were all keeping watchful eye on Itoki, so they spring into action, jump in there, pull him out of the situation, throw him into a car, and rush him off. Seems like a whole bunch of people are trying to kill Itoki. After a car chase and crazy car CGI physics, eventually, Itoki's all alone, trying to flee to a nearby village. At this point, he's confronted by a cop who quickly gets his neck cut, which turns out it's not a cop. It was actually a ninja that was trying to kill him as well, but they were trying to make him believe that they killed the cop, but the cop ends up getting up after, I don't know, Itoki's guard comes up and says that he's faking it, and here's where I'm going to get to that later on. But anyways, his guard shows up and beats up all these guys. And Itoki wakes up in front of the shrine where he's brought up to the main house. Like, this is supposed to be his house. Even though he's always been living at this little apartment with his mom, apparently there's this big, huge shrine. And they bring him there and say that he is the next of the Iga Ninja clan. He's the 19th successor of the Iga Ninja clan. And not only that, but he needs to start shaping up because he needs to become a ninja, because it seems like another clan, which all these clans of ninjas apparently have been living in secrecy this whole time, and they've got these set of rules that keep them from, to keep them coexisting. Well, unfortunately, the Koga clan, which is very wealthy and has a lot of modern ninjutsu, is stirring up problems. And as we find out from the post-credits, it seems as if there is a new substitute village chief that is heading the entire thing to get their revenge, because it seems as if he's claiming that the Iga clan has taken out their chief. So yeah, dumb main protagonist character having a fun, fulfilled life while living, pretty decently within a small apartment with his mother, eventually finding out that he's actually a successor to this big, huge clan. Which you kind of get hints of it throughout the entire episode, because technically, it's all these people that are calling him, Bokchan or Master or whatever, and again, a whole bunch of ninjas showing up to protect him. First off, let me say that I'm super happy that I'm seeing Troika doing something besides idol groups. I just want them to, I want to go back to the age of recreators and All Noah Zero, but I'll take what I can get. But so far, it looks really good. I think the only real issue, obviously, is around the CGI cars. A lot of really goofy CGI physics. But other than that, putting that aside, it's fine. Nothing in here, honestly, is really grabbing me so far. It's just kind of generic MC character, panicking about everything happening around him. And oh, by the way, you're a part of this big clan, so shape up. So obviously, going forward, it's going to be more about shaping him up, getting him to be a ninja, and at the same time, probably having all these people keep him from dying. I do honestly, personally like the concept of the modern ninja. Modern setting, people working in the backgrounds, living in the shadows. I've technically always liked the ninja concept, and to take it more in a modern setting will be pretty cool. Again, they're kind of emphasizing on the idea that this other group has a lot of wealth and technically a lot of modern ninjutsu, which would imply that they have technology and stuff they can use while doing your typical ninja stuff. So if the animation, which I think per Troika is really decently good, keeps up, I think this could be a really solid property, just depending on how much Troika is putting into this original work. And like I said, technically pulling it away from a bunch of pretty boys. I think my earlier glimpses of this series, it looked very dark. It was very in the back alleys of a town, and so it gave a sense of it going to be a more dark show. But I think as we got more PVs, it started putting it more in a comedic light. This show feels very, very comedic. Again, mainly around Itoki freaking out about what's happening around him. So hopefully he shapes out quickly. It doesn't take too long before he gets to being a little bit more of a solid main character, not always just reacting to everything around him. Honestly, the fights so far have been kind of hit and miss. I think the first scene where Itoki is getting attacked, they throw it on a smoke bomb, and it literally feels like the room got huge because this is a small house, this small bedroom, and literally Kosetsu picks up Itoki and chucks him up in the air while she's kicking all these guys, and wherever the heck he goes, up into the air for like 5 seconds, and he comes back down and she kicks him out the door. I'm like, okay, sure, whatever, we'll go with it. And yes, technically, I find it very dumb that at the very end, when he flees the town, they act as if they killed the cop, which it turns out the cop is one of theirs. So what was the point in faking killing the cop? On top of that, you have the fact that they bind him and they gag him and they throw him on the ground. It's like, but their whole point here was to kill him. Why are they taking him hostage and standing around? It makes no sense. But that aside, it's fine so far. I just feel like the scenario writing and all that kind of stuff is a little rough, and that might translate into future scenarios where it doesn't make any sense why they're doing what they're doing. Because obviously, because he is the 19th successor, they'd want to kill him. They tried to kill him. But we'll see. The chemistry between Kosetsu and Itoki so far is pretty solid. I am not getting too much out of them besides Tsundere Ninja Girl that seemingly likes Itoki. I mean, she gave him a lap pillow, so she's obvious that Kosetsu likes him. They're probably childhood friends, so there might be some fun chemistry between the two of them. And I'm sure Satomi is not going to be gone. It looks like she's already in the preview for the next episode, so despite the fact that Satomi tried to kill Itoki, it seems as if they're going to leave her alive, and she's going to be constantly trying to kill him. So it really does feel like, based on what they did with the cop, and based on everything that's kind of played out, and again, Satomi technically living, I don't think this is going to get too dark. I think they're going to really keep it into the realm of a comedy action, but trying to borderline that dark feeling. But we'll see. That's just my thoughts so far with the first episode. I really feel like this is going to be a show that's going to be, it's going to take like 4 episodes before I really get a sense if this is going to be a good show or not. I don't think the first episode is going to tell me. I don't think the first 3 episodes are going to tell me. I think this is a show that's over time, as we see if Itoki is going to at least advance somehow, or if they're just going to leave Itoki as being like this bumbling idiot the entire show, is going to be the huge question mark. But either way, again, Troika original, that does get me a little excited there. Hopefully we can see the same caliber of writing as something like Recreators. Doubt it. But hopefully. I don't think we really have anything behind the scenes working on this one that's even raising a question mark of caliber. The scriptwriter that they have for this series is listed as Minato Takano, and they're pretty much only known for doing work for Kamen Rider X-Aid and Kamen Rider 01. So I have no idea if those are good Kamen Riders or not, but again, that kind of gives you the sense of, I don't want to necessarily say the caliber, but necessarily what they're used to working on. And again, that it's not technically anime related. So, but we'll see. That's my thoughts on Shinobi no Itoki. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, if you did, make sure to hit that like button down below. Comment, let me know what you thought of this episode, or if you're going to be checking out the series. Additionally, if you're new to this channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you get all my content. I do news, reviews, first impressions, top list. If it's anime, it's pretty much here. Additionally, if you want to support the channel more, we have a Patreon link, a tips link, and a super thanks button down below. I greatly appreciate everybody that considers, and y'all take care.